Hello everyone, I am Phoenix Tremaine and this is my review of Love and Hip Hop New York. This is going to be a really short fucking review. I was going to do a review of Hit the Floor, but I'm not sure if y'all really want to see that. So I scratched all the notes I started to take, so only this much of this paper is my notes on Love and Hip Hop, because that shit was so fucking boring. But first, if you haven't done so, please take a minute to subscribe to me. I would really appreciate it. If you already have subscribed to me, then thank you very much. I hope to continue to bring you more videos that you like. And please feel free to join me on Twitter and Instagram and also Facebook. I've got a lot of Facebook followers, and I'm trying to build my Twitter and my Instagram. That is like, I didn't spit it out, but there is something. I was eating peanuts. And let's see. Back to Love and Hip Hop. My note says a Cardi-less Love and Hip Hop is a lame Love and Hip Hop. Just like the first episode, they didn't have Carly. That was a lame ass Love and Hip Hop episode. Now, this episode did have Cardi in it, but she had such a small part. She just kind of, came in, stuck her tongue out, for a minute, showed her body a little bit and then bounced. So we really didn't get to see a whole lot of Cardi in this episode. My next note is DJ Self is introducing his 16-year-old daughter Yorma, 16-year-old daughter to his girlfriend Yorma, and to try to show her that he really is interested in her and she is the woman that he wants to be with, because he doesn't just bring his kid around anybody. But in the episode, we also see that he's working with Cardi B. He's doing a music video. He wants to be an artist, and so he wants Cardi B to be his video chick. And they bring this other lady in named Rose, and she's brought in to be the stylist on the shoot. And when I looked at Rose, I said, "Is this a porno shoot?" I know it's Love and Hip Hop, but damn, she was giving me that porn vibe. And just like Cardi and the rest of them, titties out, big ass, tight outfit, and just her whole persona was giving me porn, because she threw herself at DJ Self like you wouldn't believe. I mean, just like, don't you know you're on TV? Okay, the thirst was real. Okay, if you want to know what someone thirsty looks like, look at this episode and look at these scenes with this chick named Rose, and that is what people call thirsty. Which is also what you can't see the poster. But the name of my web series is Phoenix Tremaine's Thirsty. And there's a lot of thirsty people on my web series, which you can go on my website, webseriesandmovies.com, and you can actually see the first episode of Thirsty on there. And since I'm going to be snowed in this weekend, I'll probably go ahead and edit some more of the... We finished the season of Thirsty, and we put it on DCTV and Baltimore Channel 75. And also, it's been on the web before, and I re-edited it, and I'm putting it back out there. So you can see the first episode, which actually won an award at a local, film festival. So check out my show. But anyway, you're here for Love and Hip Hop, and so this chick Rose is all over DJ Self, and he's like, "Oh, I'm trying to be good, and I want to do the right thing to Yorma." But by the time they're last seen, they're in a restaurant. She sits on his lap and starts kissing him, and he's like, "Well, I tried to be good." And then we got Peter. We're so tired of this. Please don't bring them back next season. I'm tired of Peter, Amina, and Tar, because it's the same storyline every season. It's like a fucking merry-go-round that just doesn't stop. They don't get new storylines. Even Stevie J and Jocelyn got other storylines other than me. So now Amina got an abortion. We learned that last episode. In this episode, you learned that Tara got pregnant. But if you read the blogs, like I'll read the blogs, I knew before the season started Tara was pregnant and Amina got an abortion. So it was no shock to me. But Tara tells her therapist that she is pregnant and she doesn't want to tell Peter, but we see in a clip for next week, she tells Peter that she's pregnant. And this happens just as in this episode, Peter finally comes home to Amina and to make amends and let her know that he loves her and blah, 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 blah. So now we're going to eventually get a scene where Amina discovers that she had an abortion and Tara's pregnant. So she had them both pregnant at the same time, but she ended up getting rid of her baby, and so she'll probably be in her feelings about that. If she's smart, she'll divorce his ass. Then we have Yandy managing Mo and Ra. Mo and Riley is managing Lexi and Mariah. And how much time has passed since they recorded this? And who has a single out? And who has a video out? And so these are some great ass managers now, because shouldn't they have music videos and be touring and shit, and all because the show's on and they have all this free publicity? So does that tell you that this is some bullshit? I think so. So the big event on the show, and this is what people have probably been waiting for. I've been bitching in every review that why is Remy Ma on this show? Because she don't do nothing, you know. And she finally turned up in this episode, but it was the most boring script ass shit I've seen in a long ass time. And I watched Kenya on Real Housewives of Atlanta, and that's some boring ass scripted shit with her running to her mother's house with all the shit blurred out, so we know she ain't gonna answer the fucking door. I ain't gonna go back there. Kenya flashbacks. So Remy Ma gets in her feelings because Riley asked her to help her with a fashion show. She told her no, but she helped her out anyway. So we see her fixing some chairs and trying to tie a curtain. And she's like, you know, Ra's late as usual. And so I, you know, single-handedly put together her entire fashion show event. We know that shit didn't happen. You know, but, you know, that's what the storyline says. So she gets in her feelings that, you know, Ra comes in and she doesn't say thank you. That would have pissed me off too, because I'm a person who, if you do something for me, I say thank you. I show my appreciation. I let you know that, you know, I'm not using you. I'm not, you know, I really appreciate you if you help me out. You know, I know that's not something that normally happens. You know, where people sincerely help you out from the heart, because there's a lot of selfish people out there and a lot of foolishness, and there's good people that help selflessly. But when you find someone like that, you don't abuse them, and you definitely say thank you. So I can understand why Remy was in her feelings, but at the same time, the argument was so stupid that this designer named Toya comes up, and she's like, well, I heard about you. And Toya's like, what? Toya was just nice. She was like, hey, how you doing? And it's not like she don't know who she is. I mean, she knows what shows she's on. So Remy goes off because Ra won't check Toya when Remy kind of started the shit. And then Remy had Ra fire her DJ and use Remy's personal DJ. So when Remy gets in her feelings, she says she's bouncing and she's taking her DJ. I'm like, that would have been a fucked up situation, that her reputation would have been following her for a long ass time. But after the commercial break, she comes back. For some reason, she's crying. And she tells the DJ to go ahead and do the show so she doesn't ruin Ra's event. So they kind of sort of make up, because let's face it, Ra's going to have scenes where she's helping her with a wedding. So I guess that was a quick patch up for that. And we never see this Toya girl again. And when the fashion show happens, Ra is managing Lexi and she's managing Mariah. And so, but she only asked Mariah to perform, and she asked Lexi to do the runway show. So of course Lexi gets in her feelings because she's like, I'm a rapper. Why am I doing a runway? Why aren't I getting a song like Mariah got to do a song. So once the show is over, because Lexi doesn't want to ruin Ra's event, they start fighting, verbally fighting. And then, the guests are watching and hearing, and Ra's all embarrassed and shit, and that's pretty much how it ended. And Mariah was trying to be a bad bitch to Lexi, talking about, do something or whatever she was saying. And I'm like, Mariah's pretty. She needs to just be pretty and call it a day, because she's so fucking thin. It looks like you just blown when her ass just like go across the room or something. And I think if Lexi really wanted to hurt her, she would. And that's not because she's white, it's because she's built like a toothpick. And that was that. This show needed some Cardi B, some real scenes with Cardi B. And I see Cardi B's in the next episode, and she's pretty much laughing because Mo and Bianca get into a fight in the studio, and Cardi is just like in the middle of it laughing because they start throwing drinks and shit at each other. And you see that tongue come out, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to be laughing at Cardi B next week. But that was it for Love and Hip Hop. The shit was boring. I'm not into Remy Ma, reality star, because she doesn't have a good storyline, and it doesn't hold my attention. I'm almost over DJ Self. In Peter, I'm way over Peter Minatar. Yandy's been boring. So, that was that. There was nothing really happening. We got every episode there's got to be a fight. It's Love and Hip Hop. But, it was still boring as fuck. So, hopefully next week will be better. If you haven't done so, subscribe to me. Join me on Twitter and Instagram. Also, you can always join me on Facebook. All my links will be in the description box. I really do appreciate you watching.